In this video, we look at the tactic Deflection. We start off with some more simple ones like 500 to 1200 rating, so kind of intermediate level. And near the end, the last several minutes of the video, we do even more complex ones while also having more simple ones at the same time. The more difficult ones, I think, are rated up to 2700. So I think it's 1900 to 2700 on the more challenging deflection puzzles. Yeah, so we're checking out deflection. Yeah, let's take a look. Let's get right into it. Black to play here. We always play for whoever's on the bottom half of the board. So black on the 7th and 8th. We're playing for black. Black to play and win material here. This is the tactic deflection. Oh, hey, Sophia and Jun. Is that Jun C? I'm not sure.
It's only Sophia.
It's only Sophia. Okay. Well, thank you for joining us, Sophia. I need to give everybody trophies. Whoops. Everybody trophies for being here in the first 5 minutes. All right. So, yeah, it is black to play and win material here. What would you do, Cheryl?
I will play rook takes rook.
Yeah, we always want to consider every check, every capture. That's a checking capture, so certainly. And they have to play. Well, I mean, most likely they'll capture back with their rook, and you play.
And then we play bishop takes pawn on
H6. Yeah, so that's the deflection there. Hey, Cece, welcome. Yeah, so we capture the rook, and now we play deflection. So you always want to keep track of checks, of captures, of semi-loose pieces. I mean, this rook is only defended by the king, and it's attacked by the rook. This makes it a semi-loose piece. Yeah, very good, Cheryl. Yeah, so yeah, it's a semi-loose rook. So if you play this move here, there's no way they can defend the rook anymore, and we can go ahead and take it. I meant to take it, not to draw a picture of taking it, but yeah, it is black to play. So deflection, like forcing a piece to move away from where it needs to be, is what deflection is. We always want to be thinking about checks, captures, loose pieces. Should be like check finding machines. You find a check, and then you think about, what checks you could play if they're, if you play that check, where are they going to go, and can you play another check? This is just a win a material in this case. You're not checkmating. You're just going to go up significant material. Deflection is our tactic, like forcing a piece to move away from where it needs to be. If you deflect the piece away, then you're able to accomplish a more spectacular goal. You do see it, Cheryl? Okay. Go ahead. Actually, can you, Cheryl, could you try to, could you maybe give hints? See if you can give some hints.
It's a checking move.
It's a what?
It's a checking move.
It is a checking move. And what does it lead to? What is the tactic that it enables? So you play
it's a fork.
Very good. Okay, yeah. So I will give you credit. Obviously, you see it. Let's hear from Tony. Go ahead, Tony.
Queen to G4.
Well, what? Well, I mean, if you had to, that would be an okay move. It does look pretty threatening here. We can't move our knight. So this move does make some sense in some situations, but we've got way better. That forces a queen trade, which I think is bad news for us in this case, since they have two minor pieces and we only have one. It looks like they're winning. Yeah, we're even on rooks and queens. So we wouldn't want to force a trade in this situation. We got to find better than that. And there is, in fact, a spectacular fork that can happen You're going to play a checking move that's going to force white into a really awkward spot. Well, the only place they can go, and that spot enables you to fork several pieces at the same time. So a fork is another tactic. That's where you move a piece. You're attacking two or more pieces at the same time. And in this position, so after you play a checking move that forces the king to an unfortunate square, you can then play a fork, which is a check. Luckily, because this fork otherwise, because you can't, otherwise you can't move the knight. Because they could checkmate you. But you play a checking fork then that wins the queen. Go ahead, Ethan.
Move the knight to F3.
Well, that's getting there. This is the move that we'd like to play. This is the move that we'd like to play. The trouble is, if we play it now, it's game over. This is why you always got to consider every checking move, especially checking moves against yourself. Yeah, so you can't play that move. That's not a checking move. It threatens the queen. It's like you're forcing the queen to move, and she'd gladly move to G7. That's game over. So that's the second move. What's the first move here? Can somebody tell me what the first move would be? What do we need to play first? A checking move, like we said. So we're looking for a checking move. So the second move is the move that Ethan just suggested. What checking move do we play first so that when we play knight to F3, it's just devastating for black, rather than us getting checkmated. Oh, let's hear from Ethan. Go ahead, Ethan.
Move the queen to H1.
Okay. No, I mean, we do want to consider every checking move. The trouble with this move is, well, it would be really nice if they would move their king right here, but they could move their king here, which, no, I guess that's not a great spot for them.
Maybe move the queen to
But
B.
they could also block. So what's that? Queen?
No. Pawn.
There's another checking move that we're looking for here. So we're looking for a checking move.
Is it a queen move?
It is a queen move, and there's quite a few checks, right? I mean, you've got this check, you've got this check, you've got this check, you've got crazy checks like that one. You've got the check that was already mentioned here. There's a lot of checking moves, but we are losing in this position, and we're trying to set up a devastating fork here. There's a checking move that you can play that forces the king to move to a square, which is really unfortunate for the king. He doesn't really want to go there, and then you're going to win the queen in 2 moves.
I know.
Okay, go ahead.
I think the black queen to G3.
That's not even a checking move. Queen to G3.
No, I say F3.
Okay. So that is a checking move. That's interesting. Let's see.
Because it blocks the knight to move.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so that's the square you want to get to for the knight, actually. Yeah, so the queen could just move, or the king could just move here, and you really don't have. I guess then they can move there to check, but the king's going to go here, so this isn't quite the right check. We're looking for a different checking move. So again, we're doing the tactic deflection. So both puzzles are of that sort. I don't know if that's... All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just reveal the sequence here on the right. So we've got to, you've got to think about all checks. And what happens if we play queen here? What can they do? Well, they can't go here, and they can't go... Of course they can't go there. And they can't go there because the queen is covering those squares. So they're absolutely forced to go here. And then, as Ethan has pointed out, then we play that devastating fork there, winning the queen. Or if you'd rather just take a free bishop, I think I'd recommend taking the queen. I mean, if you take the bishop, you go up 3 points. You take the queen, you're gonna lose your knight, of course, but you're gonna go up 6 points taking the queen. So they've got to get out of check. There is no mate, I don't think, because yeah, they could move here, for example. But yep, yeah, you win the queen. Okay, let's move on this one. And so the puzzle on the left is rated somewhere between 1900 and 2700. This one was rated at 1000. These puzzles on the right are going to be rated between 500 and 1200. All right, so our tactic is deflection. It is black to play on the right here, 7th and 8th on the bottom, and white to play on the left. Want to consider all checks, all captures. You can win the queen on this one. You have to make a bit of a sacrifice. Basically, you end up getting, you get a queen for one of your rooks, essentially. You play deflection, get a queen for rook. So as always, we want to be considering checking moves. And yeah, on the one on the right, you can win. So it's black to play, and you can win white's queen by deflecting away the defender. It's going to take a couple moves to get there, but you can definitely win the queen there. All right, well, I want to look at a chess game, so we need to go ahead and just solve these both. Okay, so you want to consider every check, no matter how ridiculous it seems. If you play this checking move, they can't capture with the bishop, of course, because the bishop is absolutely pinned by the queen. So they have to capture with the rook, which is fine. And then we have a battery here, so you can capture with the second rook. And again, they can't capture with the bishop, so they'd have to capture with the king, which means you deflect the king away from his defense of his lovely lady. So rook, sack, captures, only move they had, and we go ahead and take the queen. So again, this is why you want to consider all checks, all captures in every position. So, I mean, you want to consider a move like this, and if rook captures, well, you can't go here. That doesn't help you go here because the queen is defending, so I missed that at first. But I think if you move here then, like, yeah, there's nothing they can do. They could move their rook back, but of course you take it. The queen can't defend the rook. She could go all the way back here, but you're going to have an X-ray attack. The rook and the queen joining each other, they can go ahead and capture. So, yeah, bishop to d4, check. And now the queen just goes all the way down, and yeah, there's nothing they could do. It would be fun if they would block with their queen for us. But yeah, that's it. Well, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed those. Deflection is definitely an advanced tactic, not something a lot of people think about. Hopefully you will find deflection in your game. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell, and I hope to see you in the next